Hey, do you want to move to Wasaga Beach, but you want to live in something brand new? There's a lot of brand new communities going up in Wasaga Beach, and I'm going to take you through some of those communities in this video and explain the different spots of town, different price points, stuff like that. So stick around and we'll get to that tour. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Wasaga Beach, well then subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. That way you'll be the first to know everything that is happening with Wasaga Beach, new developments and everything around it and everything Wasaga Beach. My name's Kevin Sullivan. I'm a local real estate agent here with Royal LePage Locations North, and I get calls all the time from people just like you that are looking to move to Wasaga Beach. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to make that move next month or next year, or you just want to know more, reach out to me. All my contact information is in the description boxes of this video, including a link where you can book a Zoom call on my calendar at a time that works for you. Now let's get on with the Wasaga Beach brand new development tour. All right, so we are in Georgian Sands right now by Elm Developments. This is on the complete east side of Wasaga Beach. There's a lot of new development options here, townhouses and detached houses, and some of the most affordable in all of Wasaga Beach, to be honest. They're still busy building a few phases, as you can see behind me, but there's some developed sections like down that way, and we'll go down there in a second so you can kind of see what a more developed section looks like, but you'll get a feel for what the houses are like over here. And we'll talk some pricing when we're over by the park. I'm just gonna get away from some of the noise here where the construction is. Okay, so we're in more of the developed area of this Georgian Sands subdivision. Again, on the east end, this is just a couple streets over from where we just were, where they're still doing construction of brand new homes. And here you'll see a bit of the developed area. So here you got, like, you know, the playground, the park and stuff like that. You'll see a mix of townhomes behind me. They're all 3-story townhomes in here, so keep in mind for stairs, okay? But there is definitely detached. You can kind of see the backyards of a few detached there, and then down towards some of these off streets here, there's some detached there too, which you'll be able to see probably a glimpse of it in just a second as I walk over. Yeah, you can start to see that gray one down there. You can see that. That's the detached. That's what the detached homes will look like. In terms of prices and affordability, doesn't really get much better than this, honestly. These townhomes, these 3-story townhomes you'll see behind me, they're selling in the mid fives. Some of them hit 6. Some of them have hit low 5s. Some of the smaller ones even hit high 4s, okay? So there's some affordability. It's the best you can get for brand new product, at least, right? For a brand new home, that is the least expensive home you can get in Wasaga Beach. And then some of the detached ones, again, there's not any right here around this park other than the one I just showed you in the backyards of those way behind me there. Now, some of that detached product, you're looking at mid 600,000s, maybe some in the 7s, depending on their views, pond view, this and that. So again, for brand new product, that's as affordable as it can get in Wasaga Beach. Now, the only thing we need to keep in mind here is that this is on a parcel of tideland community. So there are common elements fees attached to these homes. They're usually about couple $100, 150, 180, 200. And that takes care of the groundworks, cutting the grass, the parks like behind me over here, stuff like that. But it's a pretty minimal monthly fee that shouldn't go up too much, shouldn't. And you get a brand new product. And again, that goes with it being some of the least expensive new product in Wasaga Beach. If it didn't have the piece of the parcel of tied land fee, these homes would probably be a little bit more money, like some of the other ones we're seeing in this video. Anyways, on to the next new area. While we are on the east end here, this isn't about housing, but this is super important. Right behind me is a site for the new Catholic school, elementary and high school. It's going to be a kindergarten to grade 12. It's going to have a community theater. It's right across from the new arena. That's where the public library is. So they're going to be sharing some services together. But yeah, they just cleared all the trees. The school is set to open in 2027. And this is going to be the first high school in Wasaga Beach. So this is super exciting for the community. There is a public one that we'll stop at as well. But this is the first high school coming 2027, East End, Wasaga Beach. All right, so they wasted no time here. The groundbreaking event was just like a week ago, and they are building the breakers. This is another stone bridge development, and this is the breakers right on the beach, right on Beach 1. You can see the water back there, so that is Beach 1 back there. The breakers is going to be a mix of town, work, play, live, condo, townhomes, different styles, but there's no pricing out yet, but this is going to be a really cool development right at the famous Beach Area 1, so stay tuned for more information on this one. All right, so right behind me is Kingfisher Cove, a Stonebridge community. They're saying it's the last one of the Stonebridge town center area, and these are really neat. There's going to be a 36 townhomes here, and you'll get a sense of what they're like because they're very similar to some of the other new Stonebridge phases that they've built around here. So I'll take you through some of those in a minute. But these are right across the street from the river. It's right on River Road near the Walmart Plaza, the Stonebridge Plaza where Walmart is. So this is a really good community here. And pricing, if I had to take a guess at it, because it's not released just yet from a resale perspective at least, but some of the Stonebridge townhome community townhomes over here go for 6, 7, 8s, and 9s. And I'll show you that in just a second. I'm gonna go into the last developed one so you can get a sense of what they feel like and look like. All right, so I'm in one of the more recent but still very new sections of the Stonebridge development. Just like where we were just at Kingfisher. You can expect a similar feel to something that looks like this. And again, Stonebridge, the prices are going in these are probably more like 7s, 8s, and 9s, depending on finishes and end unit, middle unit, stuff like that. But some of the smaller ones over there, I have seen selling in the 6s. And people love Stonebridge community because of how community feel there is here. There's cool walking trails. You could see there's cool walking trails. You can see right here they go through these paths, and there's these ponds and ravines and just water features and fountains and all this kind of stuff. So this is kind of what they'll look like, right? Something like this over here. Again, the trail continues down there. You can see the back of some of the townhomes over there. See some of the other new ones over there. So yeah, that's kind of your quick overview of Stonebridge on the east side of Wasaga Beach, very close to Beach 1. You can almost see the beach from this point right here. Let me just show that to you. You can see the water in the background right there. So you see the river first, and then the water's on the other side of it. You can't really tell, but there's like a sand dune there, which on the far side of it's the beach, and on this side of it is the river. So this is a pretty cool spot over here. New development, new phases, and a cool spot to live. So we are at Riverscape here, right off of Sunnydale, on your way in, coming from Wasaga Beach. That'd be Highway 26 down that way. And then once you go over this hill, you're kind of rolling into Beach Area 5 right at Moseley. There's gonna be 42 pretty nice looking modern upscale townhomes over here, right all back there. So right behind those sand dunes is actually the Wasaga River. So I think this is a pretty neat spot to put in these townhomes surrounded by this nature over here and all this greenery, all these trees, all these parks. So yeah, keep an eye out for this one. Pre-construction just started on this one, so reach out to me for more information, and maybe this could be a spot if you're thinking a few years ahead, pre-construction, living on the outskirts of Wasaga, near Beach Area 5, easy access to Highway 26, and then surrounded by the sand dunes. Right off of Sunnydale, it's kind of split into a few different sections, but everybody calls it the new subdivision off of Sunnydale. So we got the River's Edge community right behind me, built by Zancor and Fernbrook. I really like this community, especially for new communities. I'm gonna go out and say, once this is fully developed, it's going to be one of my favorites. The reason I think it's one of my favorites is because there's going to be a good mix over here. So right behind me over here, you could see this is where the new secondary school is going to be, the new public school. This is the second high school Wasaga is going to get. This is the public one. This one's coming in 2029. The other one on the east end is coming in 2027. That's the Catholic school from the kindergarten to 12. But again, we're right off Sunnydale, so right down this street is Highway 26. You know, if you're going over towards Barrie or to the 400, and then over that way behind me, you'll see like that road with that bit of a hump in the back. Once you cross that hump, you're pretty much going to be at Beach Area 5 right after Moseley, right? So that's going to be a really cool new spot. And then pricing in here, there's a few different price points. You're looking at around high sixes for some of the townhomes. Actually, let's walk through some of the more developed part, and then we'll talk about pricing right there. Pricing for this new section off of Sunnydale, we're still in the Zancor section here. If you keep going up the road there, past the Central Square roundabout, it looks like it's the same neighborhood, but it's actually a different developer. So that's the Redberry side of this development. But as you can see, it's brand new. It's still under construction. You can even see the excavators there, dump trucks moving some dirt. They're still developing this. They're still going to make some commercial space here. The new, already open elementary school is over there. Commercial space here. The public new high school where we just came from at the main road. But yeah, you could see how there's a bit of a mix here. Those townhomes right behind me, high sixes, 700s, and then those detached ones you'll see over there. The detached could be anywhere in the 8s and upper 9s. I would say the upper $900,000 ones would be the ones, it was really nice on Roseanne, facing the green space there where the river is, where the ravine is. And then some of the ones that are just backing another house, I would say lower 9s, higher 8s, mid 8s. There's been a few sales in the mid 8s, just again, depending on size, square footage. But you can definitely see the mix behind me here. Those are some of the detached looking ones. There's some that are more like bungalow style, some 2-story style, you know, brick, stone, kind of different looks, but still similar. And then again, you can see some of the townhouse examples right here. But again, for a price recap, back anywhere between 6 and low 7s for townhomes, and then 8s and 9s for detached. And there's no parcel of tied land here like there is in the Georgian Sands community over in the East End. So yeah, like I said, I just like the way this community is going to turn out with the school, public school, elementary, the new high school coming, the fact that it's off of Sunnydale. Beach 5 is just a few minutes away. It's on the outskirts, easy to get to Highway 26 if you're traveling to the city or to the 400 or anything like that. So yeah, I think there's just honestly a lot going on for this community specifically. I wanted to come through the central square street here because this is kind of where the split is. So that side is the Redberry side. It all feels like one community, but that side is the Redberry built home. That right there is the new public school, the elementary school. It's already open. It just opened last year. And this is the Zancor and Fernbrook side where we just came from, right? Lancaster's got a couple builds in there too, but reputable builders. But I just want to note there is a difference in builders and even quality sometimes between this side and this side. Even though it feels the same, it's two different sides. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Yeah. That's it for this brand new development here right off of Sunnydale. All right, so we are now in a Baycliff community. This community is closer to the west end of Wasaga. It is right off Wasaga Sands Drive. Wasaga Sands is some of the nicest homes and area in all of Wasaga Beach, right? Bigger size lots, but this is a branch of it. This isn't in that spacious acre, half acre lot type area, but I think I like these too. There's a bit of a mix. You can see some bungalows like that behind me over there, some 2-story ones, some 3-car garages, some 2-car garages, brick, siding, definitely a mix here. But like I said, it's West End Wasaga, and people tend to really like West End Wasaga. So we are on Misty Ridge right now. There's also Amber Drive. So those are kind of the two main streets in this branch that Baycliff did off of Wasaga Sands and Pearl Street, or Pearl Drive there. So you can see those houses on the other side of these new homes. That's Wasaga Sands Drive. So if you kept going that way on Wasaga Sands Drive, you would hit 45th Street where Superstore is, Canadian Tire, and all those things. So all those West End amenities. So it's definitely a good spot. Beach Area 6, Beach Area 5 and 6 is over there. Collingwood is, just straight that way. So yeah, as far as the new home goes on the West End, Baycliff Community's got a nice street over here on Amber and Misty Ridge, and a few different options. Price points of the bungalows. There's one right now at the time of making this video. Those bungalows, there's a couple asking 800. Some of the bigger ones are 900. They could hit $1 million if they're backing on to something nice and some privacy and stuff like that. But that's what you'll expect for this subdivision. And they're move-in ready pretty much. Occupancies have started. People are moving in. People are living here now. But as you can see, there's still construction happening, driveways, curbs, all that stuff. But this is definitely one to consider. All right, so this subdivision, it's brand new. It's like a couple years old, these homes. Now, most of them are pretty much done, but there's still a few lots you'll see here where there's some rough-in services that they are going to build more. This is off of Ramblewood, again, continuing towards the west end of Wasaga, but they already got their parks in, kids playing. But you can see these are all new homes, pretty much all hovering around the 900,000 mark and stuff like that. Some a little more, some a little less, but that's a good ballpark figure to work with. But these are all new, some raised bungalows, some 2 stories, but as you can see, it's already pretty developed here. Some families and kids playing here. So this is one to consider that is move-in ready, and like all the dust is pretty much gone for the most part. Grass is in, sod is in. Some people are probably gonna start working on fences and stuff soon, but these you can move into right now, brand new, and you don't have to deal with the construction noise for much longer at all, or if at all actually, because it's all pretty much done over here. I am standing on Mosley Street right here in front of the Wasaga Walk. This is the Wasaga Walk community that's going to be built soon, coming soon. You can register now. They're going to be freehold townhomes, and they are literally right across the street from the beach. The beach is right there on the other side of Mosley, and then just down there, that roundabout if you can see it, but that roundabout right there is the roundabout that goes towards Collingwood. So this is right on the west end, and the beach is just down that street right there. So this is going to be a really neat spot over here to keep an eye out for. But there's not too much news yet. All it says right now on the website is starting at 600,000, starting at the low sixes, and they are going to be freehold. So something to stay tuned for. Now, I know we are taking you through all brand new subdivisions, but maybe a brand new subdivision isn't for you. So I just want to point out one example where you can live in a brand new home, something like this, built by Vandermeer Homes, a very reputable builder here in Wasaga Beach. These are brand new homes, move-in ready, never lived in before, and they have a lot of builds like this around the beach that they've worked on. So if you don't want to live in a brand new subdivision, this could be an option for you, even if that means buying one of the spec ones that they've built, or buying a piece of land and getting them to design something like this for you on a piece of land. You know, let's say something like this, like right across the street, right? You want to buy this parcel of the land. You know, these are typical 50 wide lot, which go for around 300,000 in this pocket, at least, probably a little less right now, maybe mid twos. That fluctuates with time, of course, but time of making this video, you know, you can do something like that and build something like a Vandermeer type product home. So that's something else if you don't want to live in a brand new subdivision. But yeah, the most of this video is the brand new developments in Wasaga. Just wanted to throw this one out as another option. All right, so here we are right off of Ramblewood, and this is the proposed Costco location. That's Highway 26 over there. That'll go towards Stainer and Collingwood. But this is where the Costco is going to be. So this is complete kind of west side now of Wasaga. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There's a lot more new developments than I can cover in this video, but I just wanted to take you through some of them, explain from east to west some of the different pockets, some of the different price points, but there is definitely more in this growing community of Wasaga Beach. Not just the new developments residentially. There's also, again, all that tourism investment we're getting from the province of Ontario. There's tele-announcements for the main Beach Area 1. Wasaga Beach is growing, but it's not only Beach Area 1. This is complete West End. So you can certainly benefit from learning all about this. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys got a bit of a sense of all the different developments in the area. If you have any questions about moving to Wasaga Beach, all the ways you can contact me are in the description box of this video, including the Zoom link where you can book a call directly on my calendar at a time that works for you. There's a lot more to pack into this, but that's all I got for this video about Wasaga Beach brand new development. Until then, I'm looking forward to helping you make a smooth move to Wasaga Beach.